What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Force Strategy Gaming. Time for some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we will be looking at a series between SjoW and MYM's XlorD. Over here in the upper left-hand spawn location of Tal'Darim Altar, we have got SjoW as our blue Terran player, and then in the upper right-hand spawn position, the red Zerg player, MYM XlorD. This is going to be a best-of-3 series here between these two players, and once more we will be starting things off here on the map Tal'Darim Altar. XlorD begins by sending his Overlord to that far upper left position. That will be scouting out SjoW at some point. In fact, it's quite probable that the Overlord will be going in from this direction so that he can just see anything that's at that frontal wall as well as that expansion. And with that, he should be able to scout out SjoW before he actually has to make his way all the way into the command center. The other thing too is if he tried to send that Overlord all the way into the command center, I think by the time it gets there it would be relatively close to a Marine coming out. So we'll have to see what that timing is. I'm not exactly positive, but I think based on the current trajectory of the Overlord and the speed in which he is moving, it looks like he wouldn't make there quite in time. So anywho, back over here for XlorD, we can see he is just droning up right now. Going to expect an expansion first on this map. I think that that's going to be kind of a best suited situation here, especially in this matchup. I don't really think he's too concerned about needing to go pool first here. We'll have to take a look though, it could be wrong. Nope, never mind. There we go, decides to come out hatch first. And we'll be going down in just a moment. Gets there just in the nick of time, a little bit late in fact, and manages to drop that hatchery. Now we do have the Drone Scout moving to the lower right hand position. Obviously we'll be sending that in a direction other than where the Overlord is going, trying to cover as many bases as possible early on. SjoW, very risky build there with the expansion first, deciding to go command center first. We'll be following that up with a few barracks. 2 to 3 is most likely what we'll be seeing, and he could, simply because he wants to try to get that full wall off, plus he needs the actual early game units to be able to defend himself. So with that said, we will not be seeing a refinery or a teching up from SjoW anytime soon, as he just really needs to make sure he gets up this wall, avoids supply blocks, and gets enough early game units to defend himself. Now there is the Overlord moving in the path I expected, and with that was able to scout out the expansion. And now he can see, alright, that expansion a little over half building, so he knows it was Expo first, and that means he also knows that he's not going to be dealing with any Marines anytime soon. Extractor now up, getting that saturated, so here comes that Vespene. Drone and now moving up just to check that frontal wall. He wants to see precisely what's going on. He also knows he's got ample time to get on in and harass. So there we go, going straight for the SCV. This is going to be a huge pain in the butt for SjoW. He is forced to pull down with the SCV that was building that barracks there just to engage the drone and try to force him off. However, the drone thinks he can get away with it. It's going to be close. SCV down to 5 HP. And you need to try to get away there. Got another SCV moving down to join the fray. And there we go, going straight for the drone. Little kind of microing around there. SjoW, he takes one more hit and he's gone. Marine pops out to save the day though, forcing the drone away. And the drone may very well steal the gas, and there it is, going straight for that extractor. And actually, very interesting, SjoW did decide to get it early on refinery. Instead of going really racks heavy and just pumping up Marines in the early game, he's opted for a bunker out of 1 racks, and then will work his way up to a factory. So there you go. Completely nullifying what I said earlier, but I think mostly because that's what I've seen most often when I see a command center first here on this map in TVZ. A lot of times I will see 2 to 3 barracks early on, but it does look like SjoW is wanting to tech up a little bit earlier than that, and this is certainly doable, especially with that bunker. That's going to help him out a ton. And there's that factory now. So 2 racks in a factory here on the early stages for SjoW after that quick expansion. 2 Lings moving out for XlorD. XlorD also deciding, you know what, early aggression is going to be the name of the game. He figures with that quick expansion, there's not a lot of opposition, so he can push out early, and that is certainly an option for him. Getting that SCV in transit, and here come the roaches. We should be seeing at least 1 more bunker now. And there it is. We do have a reactor coming out here on this racks to churn out those double Marines. This one needs to start pumping out Marines immediately. He's definitely going to need this second bunker up to help deal with this aggression. So let's see what we have coming out now. 7 roaches and 2 Lings, and I think he's stopping there at the moment. Going to be trying to do as much damage as possible. Marines in the bunker, of course, with that extra range, allowing him to shoot those roaches. These roaches go without getting hit at all, though, as they are just out of range, and they're forcing that mass repair. Now, the great thing here for XlorD is that he is forcing SjoW to waste resources on repairing this stuff. Always remember that that does cost resources, and that's a major issue with that. Marines popping out on the wrong side. That's some free kills there for XlorD. XlorD continuing to do damage, and of course this is the danger with these quick expansion builds. You gotta deal with this aggression, and it's very difficult to fend it off. I don't think SjoW is going to die here, but he's been taking a lot of damage. We'll take a look at those resources lost. There you go, a ton. Something that is not displayed in the resource loss tab you got to pay attention to as well is the resources spent to repair. That does not show up in that resource loss, so that's something else to factor in as well. You can see, in fact, right here, the SCV is repairing, resource loss isn't increasing, but it does cost resources. His resources are going down as he repairs, and again, this is the danger here with these quick expansion builds, is that if your opponent decides to push out against you, you're going to be hard-pressed to fend it off quite easily early on. Now, XlorD once more will not be able to take out SjoW here, but he continues to lay a damage down on SjoW and force repairs and spend resources, killing off Marines, all sorts of stuff. Meanwhile, back at home, he's got layer tech coming on through. In addition to that, we've got 2 evolution chambers coming out. So as XlorD is applying some pressure here with these early game roaches, he's also working his way to tech up. Now we do have another expansion plan for SjoW. In addition to that, he's coming out here with the tech lab on the factory. Will be Marine tank transition that we'll be seeing here from SjoW. He opened up with some Hellions. Obviously didn't get to do what he had hoped to with that, though. I think he had planned initially, alright, I'll push out with some Hellions and try to do some economic damage and harass my Zerg opponent, but clearly that did not work, as we saw that aggression from XlorD forced him to stay inside of his base, just defending himself. We will be seeing XlorD now breaking down these rocks, preparing to move into a third base. Hellions moving out across the map, trying to get some map control. They're going to be hard-pressed to come up against any roaches that may be in the center of the map, but there aren't any. In addition to that, if they saw any, they just fly right by him. So it's kind of the good thing right now. SjoW does have that opportunity, regardless, to go out in the center of the map and just try to get a eye as to what is going on. And we are starting to see that tech up here for XlorD as he's working his way up to an infestation pit. Again, those 1-1 upgrades as well, level 1 melee and carapace upgrades for his ground Zerg units. And any more upgrades coming out here? Yes, metabolic boost now finally coming out. He did delay that for quite a while as he decided to open up with those roaches instead. Needed the Vespian for those, and as a result, it didn't get up that metabolic boost, but it is coming now. Nice creep spread over here by XlorD. This will be delaying any possible expansion that SjoW may decide to drop over there, although I do think his third base will be going over in that direction. Let's see where he tries to go there with this orbital, though. He could very well try to move over there. Right now, he's just kind of chilling out, doing absolutely nothing with it. There we go, breaking down these rocks, and we'll be preparing to move into that direction. Some creep spread going on over here for XlorD. It's about time. In addition to that, the third base is getting dropped, pretty much to coincide with the third base of SjoW. Nice Overseer scout, though, will be spawning out. He is breaking down those rocks. Very obviously a telling sign as to what is coming in the near future. And as long as the Overseer chills out here a little while longer, he'll actually see that orbital command moving on down, and actually going to be granting vision and trying to shoot that Overseer and force him away. So there you go. But at least now XlorD knows that is coming, so now he knows what he's up against. He's up against a 3-basing Terran. Marines and tanks, that is all we are seeing here from SjoW. He's finally working his way right now up into a starport to allow for some medevac production. Got the 1-1 upgrades coming out, armory coming out as well, that will allow him to work up into those 2-2 upgrades. A couple Lings will be attempting to harass this third base, although it does look like there are ample forces over here for SjoW to deal with that. The Lings will be holding off for just a moment, but here come Marines, and they'll be making quick work of these Lings, and there you go. Unfortunately, the Lings engage, and they were not on hold position, as you will see a lot of pro players do to stop that very thing from happening, to stop that auto attack if enemy units walk by. He wouldn't have lost as many because the Marines would have gotten within range. He would have heard that, oh, your Lings are under attack, and then he would have just pulled back with it. But unfortunately, that did not happen for him that time. Overlord spreading out across the map, just trying to grant lots and lots of vision on patrol routes and everything like that. Burrow Research coming out, melee level 2 coming out as well here for XlorD. XlorD not getting any of the missile attacks, just focusing straight on those ground melee units. And this is bad news for these Marines, as we have got a lot of infestors there to lay down the fungal growths, and that is so much damage. Gonna be forced back though as the tanks siege up, but oh lord, did he lose a lot of Marines right there. Let's take a quick look at the resources lost. Yes, SjoW, as expected, is quite significantly behind right now. Gonna pay attention though, because SjoW is likely to start dropping right now as he is getting those medevacs into play. I don't think he's got a reactor yet. No, just a single producing starport. Pushing forward, tank line again will force these units back, losing all the roaches, but luckily he holds on to his infestors. That is exactly what you don't want to lose. Overseer still scouting things out over here. SjoW not doing a lot about it. I don't think, yeah, he does not know it is there. So SjoW, as we saw him attempt to push out, impeccable timing there by XlorD. He catches him in transit and takes away the bulk of the forces. I mean, that was a huge clump of Marines that he was able to fungal down and take care of quite easily. So very nice there. Very nice there indeed by XlorD. Keeping an eye on the map here. I want to pay attention to SjoW vision just so I see when any drops are coming. Gotta try to check that every so often. And maybe coming sometime soon, actually. Changeling chilling out there in the bulk of the force. XlorD sees everything. He knows what's going on. A couple Marines are finally attacking these forces. And actually, there we go. Sacrificial Overseer, though, he'll probably make it out safely. So it's not really a sacrifice. Just gets a full scout of all those production buildings. And he knows exactly what he's up against. Now, look at that. Ghost Academy coming out. Why Ghost, you may be asking? Well, snipes are amazing. Absolutely amazing, especially against late game Zerg. You're dealing with Brood Lords, you're dealing with Ultralists. Snipes are great against both of those. Oh no, walking into some tank fire, loses an Infestor, does some fungal damage. The other thing too is, of course, you can EMP against the Infestor, but really the biggest thing, and the thing that you'll see most Terran players using Ghost for in TVZ, is for those snipes against, again, Broodlords and Ultras. They're so strong. A large Zergling force moving out. They're either going to be flanking or going for a attack here of one of the bases, and I think it is going to be that as the Changeling spots this. We'll be forcing a cancel down here. Nothing SjoW can do about this. By the time his forces get down there, this will be dead anyways. So, doesn't get canceled. I don't think it did. I didn't see resource refund there, as a lot of times you do. Trying to push forward with some Marines as well. Gets fungal growth and met by the Roaches. Tearing it up there. Forced back now that the siege line is up, but he lost again almost all of his Marines there. Ling's engaging a bunch of the Marines. Finally, there are enough here, though, to deal with it. Pulling back with this Changeling as well. That guy is still just hanging out. That is really, really funny. All right. Ling's now dancing around, and they're actually moving back down to check it to see if there's another expansion getting laid down, but as you can see, that's not the case. That was a very unfortunate situation for SjoW, as he really did want that 4th base up. We have got a 4th base up for XlorD over here. Another engagement taking place. Fungal grows. Roaches move forward towards that tank line. The Marines are gone. Roaches are going to try to muscle through as many of those tanks as they can. However, not quite enough forces to actually do that. Now that we do have that Hive Tech in play, we're going to be seeing continuous upgrades over here for XlorD, as he is moving into the adrenal glands. Also, Carp is level 3, melee level 3. Let's take a look at SjoW vision. Any drops or anything? Nope, still no dropping going on for him. He has not even, I don't think he's done a single drop here. Unless I missed it, I don't think he has done a drop. Ling's chilling out back here. This is beautiful. With the burrowed Zergling here, XlorD will be spotting if that 4th base gets dropped anytime soon. And now he's going to be just moving into the 3rd and doing some damage over here, killing off a few SCVs. Let's take a look at total workers killed right now. That number's going to be climbing. Oh no, Marines in the bunker. Stay away from that. Go straight for those SCVs, actually going right for those mules. That's certainly going to be a good idea as well. Marines and tanks still trying to stage in the center of the map. So far, SjoW has been unsuccessful in this push. This has lasted a while. Some burrowed Lings to be used for a later date. And now here comes the slow and methodical tank push as SjoW tries to make his way to the front of XlorD's base. But now with the Ultralists in play, it's not going to look good at all for SjoW. Moving forward. Nice EMP, though, on the Infestor, stopping any more fungal growth from getting laid down. These Ultras going to start tearing through the forces. There's just a few things left over here. 2 tanks and a few Marines, and these Ultras should be enough. Oh no, he's going to target fire down to just 1 Ultra now. There's a 2nd tank on the low ground. I did not see that. And that was certainly going to make a difference there. Tank on the high ground, finally going to get taken care of. This Ultra still alive. Lucky him. Ling's unburrowing. Look at that timing. I had no idea. Going straight for some SCV harass and then burrowing again. Trying to push up onto the natural. Not enough forces, though. SjoW should be able to defend himself here. There you go. So we'll have to wait till another attack here if XlorD does hope to continue this push and do more damage to SjoW. SjoW, again, can't land this expansion down over here because of that Ling. And now he is dealing with burrowed Lings everywhere. Absolutely everywhere there are burrowed Lings for him to deal with. Mass oversaturation over here for SjoW. SjoW is really hoping to get some of those down over here. But again, he's going to take care of that bad boy first. And looks like he will be trying to do that. Now finally moving out with some medevacs and Marines loaded up inside of them. So hopefully we do see some drops with this. We got a nice Overlord spread, though. And this will allow XlorD to see this drop coming, most likely. I mean, look at this. He's like, oh, look at that. There are medevacs moving. So now he knows something funny's going on. He should be keeping eyes down here. Immediately dropping a bunch of spines to deal with that very thing. Also, we do have a Spire coming out. Probably planning to get some Broodlords. Really surprised it didn't come up before here, actually. There's a scan taking out that Ling. No problemo. Bunch of Marines moving across the map. We'll be getting a few free Overlord kills. These medevacs still moving out. And probably looking for Expos down here. We got one up here. I'm not sure if he's going to catch that. And actually a bunch of Lings moving down as once more he does know about this drop coming. He's had Overlord spotting it the entire way. Those Lings still burrowed. These Marines now moving across. They'll be walking right into the Lings. Actually, I'm not sure. It's going to be pretty close here. Medevacs aren't helping, though, and that's a really good thing here for XlorD. Without the medevacs, with the medevacs there, that may have been a different story with stemmed up Marines. So, I don't know. It's really bad for SjoW. I don't know why he happened to miss that. Maybe he was dealing with these guys. Yeah, looks like those Zerglings did unburrow, and he had to deal with those Marines, and as a result, wasn't paying attention down here. Ooh, that hurts. Very unfortunate indeed. SjoW trying to mobilize right now, though. Moving out across the map. He's got a few forces moving down over here. The rest of his army moving up in this position. Now we have got a lot of Speedlings and Ultras. Beautiful fungal growth blanketing the entire army, allowing those Ultras to get up nice and close and just tear through. Now let's stim that bile, still doing a lot of damage, but doesn't look like SjoW has any more of his forces here in the center of the map. Does have a small contingent over here. We've got a couple of burrowed infestors getting ready to pop out and drop some fungals when necessary. That proved to be very nice there for XlorD, though. Those blanket fungal growths, very, very nice indeed. A little bit of mining going on here. Hopefully he can deal with that. We've got a few Ultras moving down, trying to take care of this planetary. Let's see how quickly he can work it down. Mass SCV repair, making this a little bit difficult. How frustrating is that? However, there is a little bit of splash damage, of course, from those Ultras. We'll be trying to take out those SCVs at the same time. But the reinforcements here for SjoW moving down. And the Ultras decide, yay, I'll just turn around and deal with these things. Fungal growth going down. Ultra's going to take care of the rest of this bio. And they'll be going back to work on that planetary fortress, unless he's going to be continuing up here for that counterattack. SjoW still not any counter-aggression. No dropping at all this game. I have not seen a single drop here from SjoW. He attempted that double medevac over here. That got taken care of. But here come the Speedlings now up into that natural, along with these Ultralists. We've got a bunch more Ultras coming out. 24 more Lings, 4 more Ultras in production right now. SjoW has just got Marines coming through, engaging with those SCVs. Marauders help a lot, but the Lings kind of counteract those Marauders, getting a full swoop on them and mopping them up pretty quickly. One Ultra still alive, and SjoW doesn't have a lot to defend himself with. There's the GG. Some Infested Terrans dropped over here as well, causing even more of a headache. What a game, number one. Alright, my friends, that was game number one here between XlorD and SjoW. We will be moving on to game two in just a moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Keep watching and keep honing.